Hello everybody on YouTube, this is Super Nintendo, and today I have a video talking about Dragon Ball. It's been a while since I've actually talked about Dragon Ball on this channel, but today I have something to talk about the God of Destruction himself, Lord Beerus, as well as the Angel and some, as well as Whis and some other stuff dealing with that. So, yeah, basically, God of Destruction Beerus and the Gods of Destruction, the Angels and whatever, I've been thinking a lot about them, and really, when you think about it, Beerus has no reason to be as powerful as he is. See, something that kind of occurred to me when I was, rewatching the Dragon Ball franchise in my off time is Goku by the end of Dragon Ball Z, by the end of the Buu arc, is way too fucking strong. He's way too strong. And to such a degree that it would be borderline impossible to create a new villain for him and make it make sense, you know. That's why I kinda... Yeah, Beerus being as strong as he is doesn't make any sense. He doesn't have any reason to be as strong as he is. See, but here's one thing that people would probably get on my case for. But he's a god! Yeah, and guess what? Gods in the Dragon Ball universe, prior to Battle of Gods the movie, which is what I have here, being a god didn't grant you any special abilities. It was pretty much just a title. It was like being called a king. The title of king doesn't mean anything on its surface. It doesn't grant you any kind of mind control ability. I'm a king. You will all do what I say, or whatever. No. People do what kings say because they have a high position of authority and also leadership skills and money. So, they don't just follow a king for no real reason. There's no reason to do it. Why would you, America, do you think anybody would willingly follow Donald Trump? just right off the bat, do you think anybody, if he wasn't the president of the United States, if he had no money to him whatsoever, if he had no form of power, if he had no authority, no money, and no position of power, do you think anybody would follow him? I don't think so. Maybe a couple of people, but I don't think a whole lot of people would follow him, okay? That's what I'm trying to get at here, is being called a god in the Dragon Ball universe was like being called a king. It was like being called president. It doesn't just give you, oh, I'm now super duper strong and whatever, and I can bust apart the universe with my bare hands without even trying. Yeah. That's not how it was done. So, But once Battle of Gods was introduced, being called a god suddenly meant a lot more than it did before, but it now makes all previous mentions of gods kind of confusing because it doesn't make any sense anymore. Because with God energy, for example. God energy is treated as it's just this thing that all gods have, or that gods have, and mortals don't have it. And if you have God energy, you're undetectable by mortals and whatnot. But we've seen that Goku can sense the energy. Goku and others can sense the energy of gods, no problem. Goku can sense the energy of King Kai. That's how he gets there in the Cell games. In the Cell Games arc, when he goes looking for a new Guardian, which happens to be Dende, he says that he's going to lock on to King Kai's energy when he teleports to King Kai's planet. Piccolo can sense the energy of Supreme Kai. I like to think that Supreme Kai was actually suppressing his energy, and that's why nobody else seemed to pick up on it, but Piccolo is much more intelligent and in tune to this type of shit, so he was able to sense it, but there's no real reason given. But in Battle of Gods, the movie, anyway, he threatens King Kai by saying, "Oh, okay, you were talking to Supreme Kai, right? I'll just go ask him," and he's going to do his teleporting thing. If he couldn't sense God energy and he couldn't sense the energy of Supreme Kai, then why was King Kai freaking out? That implies that Goku can sense the energy of Supreme Kai, or at the very least Elder Kai, even though they're both the same hierarchy of God, so whatever. That wouldn't have been a concern, because Goku can't really fucking teleport there if he can't sense any energy there. So, there's that, you know. But, there's also, so we have established that a lot of gods in the Dragon Ball universe don't have God energy. So, just having God energy doesn't make you a god, which doesn't make any sense to me. But also, here's the big kicker here. The job description of the God of Destruction is basically you destroy planets and maybe solar systems, maybe fucking galaxies. But, that's basically your big job description. So, you do that so that the gods of creation, the Supreme Kai, I'm going to turn on my light because it's getting a little dark in here. So they destroy galaxies, planets, solar systems, places so that the Supreme Kai, the gods of creation, can create new ones to keep the balance. Because you can't just create things willy-nilly without some degree of control, and without destruction, without creation, there could be no destruction, and vice versa, and whatever. Two sides of the same coin, right? But this would entail that Beerus is... That would mean that Beerus, at most, is about as strong as Super Perfect Cell. But if he's that strong, he would pose no threat to Goku and whatnot. So, it kind of leaves you in a bit of a tough position here. Because, the big power creep problem that people talk about all the time is Goku's way too strong or whatever. And it's yeah, that is kind of a big issue, the creating characters that are reasonably strong and make sense to be that strong. Because here's the thing. If Beerus was the type of character, if he was characterized as somebody that trained all the time just to deal with the soul-crushing boredom of waiting for millennia for his time to go out there and destroy more planets or whatever, that'd be one thing. But the dude sleeps and eats all the fucking time. That's all he does. He's a lazy cat character. That's the joke. Cats are lazy. All they do is sleep and eat. That's the joke. It's kind of it's not even really that funny of a joke, to be honest, but that's the joke with his character, is that he's a lazy cat, because cats are lazy. Or at least most of them are. And, he just sleeps and eats all the time. So why is he as strong as he is? It's mentioned that Whis is his trainer, but we never see Whis train him at all. All he does is sleep. According to Beerus, according to this freaking movie, he was asleep for 39 years and sleeps for thousands of years or whatever at a time. So when exactly does Whis train him? So that kind of brings in the question, why is Whis as strong as he is? Why is Beerus as strong as he is? It doesn't make any sense. They don't need to be as strong as they are. There's no narrative reason for them to be this strong. Other than, we gotta have some person fight Goku, and Goku's way too strong, so let's make Beerus even stronger. That's basically it. As stupid as I find the Golden Frieza stuff, at least Frieza has a reason to be as strong as he is. As dumb of a reason as it is. I never trained a day in my life, even though I basically said otherwise in the Namek arc. If you really couldn't control your power and you created the first 3 transformations that you appear in to limit your power, how would you know about that type of shit if you have never trained in your life? Oh my god, I hate modern Dragon Ball. But that's kind of my problem with the Battle of Gods, with the gods of destruction and the problem with what makes someone a god in the Dragon Ball universe ever since Battle of Gods. I still like this movie, but this movie was the beginning of the end for Dragon Ball, and as such, I kind of hate it now. I kind of do. It's kind of a decent movie, I guess. I don't really care for... I like Resurrection F a little bit more because of the actual martial arts that it's involved with it. I like God better as a transformation, which I really hate that they spoiled what it looks like on the back of the fucking box, for people who haven't seen the movie, but I don't know. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this video. I'm sorry it's a short one by my standards, but yeah, just wanted to talk about this specific subject. So, yeah, see you guys later.